So a couple of months ago, I posted a video on how I was actually able to save over £1,000 a month on a low income. And I think it did interest quite a few of you. So in this video, I thought I would dive in a bit deeper and look at, on average, how much I usually spend in a month. Because at the moment, I'm currently saving over 70% of my income. Now, the reason why I've said average is because my spending can vary month to month depending on what I need to pay for. But I'm hoping this would inspire some of you to really think about your finances and to act on it as well. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronia, and on this channel, I talk about all things to do with money, your career, and having a positive mindset for success. So if that does sound great to you, then be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification below so you don't miss out on any new videos. So I first want to give you guys a quick reminder of my background in case some of you just don't remember or you don't know. At the moment, I currently earn under £30,000 a year. I don't currently earn any income from any businesses or side hustles yet. And I also live in the southeast of England. And if you didn't know, I do live in London, which is probably one of the most expensive areas in the UK. So wait, Veronia, do you actually save 70% of your income? Well, yeah, I do. And to be honest, I haven't done anything really extravagant, but some of you guys will know that I have made certain sacrifices. And that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. So let's hop onto my laptop and see what I actually spend money on. Now, I should point out that here I'm really going to be talking about my spending. So I haven't actually included my savings and investments because I'm actually going to be saving that for another video. So if you really don't want to miss that, then make sure you are subscribed to my channel. So I'm going to record my screen. I'm really hoping this works. Otherwise, I'm going to have to end up doing this all over again. So basically, this is a spreadsheet that I've pulled together, and it's actually split into 3 different categories. So I've got the average bills, average spending, and also sinking funds as well. So let's go through each category in a bit more detail. So the first one, obviously you can see average bills. Now you can see that I currently don't actually have any payments, and you guys will know as well from my debt video, I did used to have car loan payments, and I also used to have an overdraft. So before I paid my car off, I was paying over £200 a month for that. Now obviously I don't have any car payments, so it just makes my life a lot easier. I also don't have any credit card debt or store credit cards. Some of you guys will know that I do have a credit card, but I pay off my balance every single month without fail. I have never had to pay credit card debt. And when I'm actually using my credit card, it's just for my general spending. So when I'm doing my everyday spending, like buying groceries, for example, I'll use the credit card, but then I will pay it off as soon as possible. And I don't have any personal loans either. So in terms of payments, it's very minimal. Then we move on to my mortgage and rent. Now, you guys will see that I'm not actually paying any mortgage or rent at the moment. And the main reason is because I have moved back home. So I think I mentioned that in my retire early video. So if you're new to my channel, you might not know that I was actually working outside of London. It was too far to commute. So I tried to get a place nearer to work. But basically before, I was paying about £300 rent, and that was because I was living in the family home. So yes, I did become a lodger, but I basically moved back home because we were told to work from home if possible. So that means I don't necessarily need to be near work anymore. I know some of you guys might be confused why this is zero, because I do co-own this house with my mum, but the truth is my mum pays the mortgage. My name's just essentially on the mortgage, and that's it, to be honest. But yeah, at the moment I don't pay anything for my mortgage or rent, but I do contribute to other things in the house, so you will see that later on. So then we move on to my mobile, and currently I spend about £10 on my phone contract. I'm currently with Voxy, and with that I get about 6 gig of data, unlimited text, unlimited calls, and also endless social media. So that includes Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, all of the good stuff. So I think it's a really good deal considering it's only £10 a month. Now, I haven't actually had a phone contract in years. I will usually just buy the phone outright, and usually it's refurbished as well. And I have an iPhone 8, so I'm pretty content with that, to be honest. So next we go down to charity and tithes. Now, the reason why I've left that blank is because I do think it's quite a personal thing, but some of you guys will know I am a Christian, so I do believe in giving back to others. So every month I will give a percentage to my church and also charities as well. So you guys can see the total, about £10 in essential bills. Now that might sound crazy, but again, it's mainly because of my housing and also because I don't have any debt payments as well. Okay, so let's move over to average spending. So the first thing is petrol. Now obviously I did have car payments, so I do have a car, and at the moment I'm probably spending about £20 a month. Now when I was commuting to work, that was about £80 a month, I would say. I would actually be commuting from the house I was renting to work, and then from work I'd also be driving back down to London as well every single weekend. So that's why it was about £80 a month. But now I don't really travel that much, to be honest, so that is why it's about £20 a month. Also, my petrol is relatively cheap because I do choose to go to supermarkets instead. A good website I use is petrolprices.com. Again, I'll put that link in the description below, but it basically tells you which petrol stations are actually selling the cheapest petrol in your area. So definitely a good tool to use. Then we move on to food, so my groceries. So that's about £65 a month. Again, could be considered quite low, but guys, Aldi and Lidl are basically my best friends and they are cheap. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you will know that I absolutely love shopping there. Plus, I do like to share my grocery receipts on my Instagram stories so that you guys can actually see how much I'm spending on food. Then we move down to eating out. So you guys will see that it's about £30. I don't think it's going to be a surprise to some of you because I think I have mentioned that in a previous video before. To be honest, at the moment, I haven't really been going to restaurants. Again, as I mentioned in one of my other saving videos, I like to eat at home. Then we move over to entertainment. Again, I'm not really spending as much. Usually I'll spend about £30 a month, but I haven't really been leaving my house lately. So I guess I've been saving a bit of money there, but usually on average, it will be about £30 a month. Then we move over to travel, and this is basically how much I'll usually spend on public transport. Obviously it's not much, I've got about £10 there, but that's because I mainly drive. So then we come down to toiletries, and here you will see I spend about £15 a month on that. Again, that's on average, sometimes it fluctuates. It will depend on the month, but usually about £15. And if I do need something more expensive, then I'll usually create a sinking fund for it, and I'll be talking about that soon. Then I've just got a little section for pennies, so that is my pennies jar. So if you guys didn't know, I'm currently with Monzo, and usually when I spend money, it will then round up those purchases to the nearest pound. So essentially it creates a little penny jar. But I also like to add in about £10 a month because then it means I do have a mini emergency fund just in case I tend to overspend in that month. Now I will only use that if I've actually exhausted all of these areas. So if I'm only eating noodles for dinner and I still don't have enough money, then I'll use that pennies jar as an emergency. That usually doesn't happen, but no one's perfect, guys. So as you can see, in total it's about under £200, so £180 a month. Again, it's an average, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, it really just depends on the month. So now let's move over to my sinking funds category. So usually every year I will create a few sinking funds. Now if you don't know what a sinking fund is, it's basically you just setting aside money for something. So in my case, I've got Christmas presents, so I'll usually be saving about £20 a month for that. Again, maybe that doesn't seem like much, but I don't tend to buy too many Christmas presents. I've also got other presents as well. Again, I'll usually save about £20 a month for that, and that will include things like birthdays or anniversaries, for example. Then I've also got a sinking fund for clothes, so at the moment I save about £15 a month, so that's in case I need a new jacket or maybe I need new shoes. And to be honest, I definitely think it helps because it genuinely stops me from impulse buying. Then we move over to miscellaneous, so I'll usually save about £20 a month for that, and that's just basically for anything else that pops up that I might need to buy. So things like my protein shake or makeup, for example. Then we move over to housing insurance, and that's about £15 a month. So as I mentioned before, even though I don't pay the mortgage, I do tend to contribute to other things in the house, and housing insurance is one of them. Then I've also got a sinking fund for car maintenance, and I'll usually save about £85 a month. So that will include things like my MOT, car servicing, road tax, and also road coverage. And also if I need to buy anything else like new tires, for example, which by the way guys are quite expensive. Now usually every year I do get a company bonus, so I'll try to use some of that money to pay for my car maintenance. And then lastly, I've got my gym membership because I do pay for it yearly instead of monthly, and that comes to about £13 a month. But at the moment I am slacking because I haven't actually gone to the gym in a while. All in all, I would say my total is just under £200, so you can see that it's about £188 a month. So then when you look at all of this in total, obviously excluding giving, it comes to about £378 a month. So that is essentially my average monthly total spend. So of course you can see that it's currently under £400 a month. And actually when I do include my giving in that, I am still able to save over 70% of my income. Now in the future, I do also want to do monthly budgeting videos so that you can actually see what my budget is like every month. But again, do let me know if you think that will be useful. So if you did like this video, then please do give me a thumbs up, as it really does help to support the channel. And let me know in the comments, do you think I spend too much or too little? I do post every single Friday, so if you would like to know more, then please do subscribe to my channel. And of course, I will see you guys next week.